I would say, obviously finding the person you're speaking to first and understanding them deeply will help you know what to say, when to say it, because essentially you're not selling CBD, you're selling a solution to their problem. So maybe their problem is focus. So how can your CBD help focus? Or maybe their problem is like, like ADHD, kids like that, or, parents or people that really need to focus, like that could be a market. Or you can focus on, the elderly people that have chronic pain or have like, joint problems and things like that. So they obviously are a market that most people go after for a reason, because they're more than willing to pay for that, like to alleviate that pain naturally. So like that's the difference. So what's the alternative to take pain meds? So what's the problem with pain meds? So like these are all talking points that you can have, and like thinking about like everything that's going on like in their heads would be key to actually writing the copy, because writing copy is really just the last 20%. Like you got to do market research and understand your customers' like deepest pains, problems, and desires, and then all your job is to plug in your product somewhere in there. And
that was brilliant. What you just said, write that down, people, if you're watching. That was brilliant. Because it's so true, man. Like Aaron, my partner, Aaron Nosbish, he created the brand Monk, MONQ. And he told me, he said, I became obsessed with my customer. My every waking breath of my moment, I was obsessed with my customer and giving them what they wanted, and getting inside their head and talking to them in the way that they wanted. And he took that brand from 0 to 22 million in sales online in 3 years because of that obsession. You gotta be obsessed with your customer, and you gotta over deliver.
Yeah, I mean, and also like use the lingo that your customer uses. Like obviously, there's new markets right now that people aren't really tapping into, and markets that excite me the most because I see like the potential to reach those customers. So when I look at a niche that I want to choose, I want to be like, well, is there a pain that those people really want to solve that my product can solve for them differently than what they've already tried before? If that's a yes, then how easy and cheap will it be for me to reach those people? Because like if I think about it, that like there are a few markets that like stand out to me specifically right now, just based around the platforms that have been growing recently. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with gaming, but the gaming markets are actually, there are more people watching like people playing video games than people playing sports.
It's so crazy. The esports thing has exploded, man. They have like arenas and stuff. It's just insane, man.
The amount of watch time for video games is more than it is for sports.
It makes sense though, back in the day, I never was huge. I used to be into video games when I was really young, but as I got like past 15, I stopped playing them, but my friends were still really into them. And I kind of enjoyed watching them play Madden and stuff. I would just sit there and get high and watch them play Madden. It was cool. So I was one of the pioneers of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I mean, it's showing up. I don't know if anybody else is noticing this, but it's actually showing up in the Facebook feed now. Facebook wants a piece of that. So yeah. Facebook wants a piece of the Twitch, and they want a piece of YouTube, because YouTube streams are now blowing up as well. Yeah. So like the gaming market, to reach those customers are really easy. You just obviously like, I don't know if there's a CBD. There's got to be a CBD brand out there specifically for gamers.
One so far.
Yeah, probably one major one, but I would say is like, obviously still opportunity.
Oh yeah, huge opportunity to tap into that market. As far as I know, there's only one, but I haven't researched it that much, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, clarity. Yeah, I mean, for gamers that are serious, like clarity, focus, and like being chill. And if you think about it, yeah, you can talk to people that are like playing Call of Duty and have them make connections. For example, like when you hold the left thumbstick, you're like when you're sniping and holding the left thumbstick, he does is he holds his breath and like the gun stops and it's stable. Well, that's kind of what happens when you take CBD, except you can hold it forever. or you can hold it, it'll last for the entire time that you're playing video games. So you can make connections like that. And then that's like an aha moment for gamers, and you're speaking to them in their language to where it's like, oh yeah, like obviously the people that play Call of Duty understand that when you snipe, you can hold the left trigger, and it just like it stabilizes the gun instead of moving all around.
I love it because I don't have any idea what you're talking about, so I'm not the audience for that, and that's perfect. That's what you want, people. You don't want to appeal to everybody. You want to be polarizing. You want to be the kind of brand that only appeals to a certain audience, and the other audience that, like me, that doesn't have a clue of what the hell you're talking about. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean the gamers market is. I mean, if I look it up right now, I'm like really curious what the gamers market size is. Like the market cap is like absolutely insane,
Gotta be huge.
and it's
Billion.
definitely not tapped into yet.
Yeah, that was brilliant right there. Like that niche right alone, just finding, and that's a great idea. And you don't have to pick the esports niche people, but that's just coming up with ideas that are similar to that. Like what other niches are people not tapped into yet with selling these kind of products that can benefit them?